Welcome, friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. For today's yoga practice, we're going to do a really kind and gentle practice for yoga for headache. I know that many times when we're suffering from a headache, we don't really think about coming into your mat. But in fact, many of the poses, including some of the forward folds and some inversions, allows our blood to circulate back into the head, relieving some of the symptoms. To join me on this practice, please meet me on my YouTube channel at Self Care Yoga, and I will meet you on your mat. So like I said, if you do have a blanket, if you like to roll the blanket and put it on your knees, this way you can really let the back of your knees rest comfortably on your blanket. And then as you come down to your opening pose, your Shavasana, let your palms be open, lift your chest up, kind of roll your triceps down your back as if you're creating a little support, little pillow for your lungs. And then let the crown of your head, or let the back of your head rest comfortably on the floor. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale it out. And just do this 2 more times. Nice deep inhalation in through the nose. And exhale. And 1 more time, please. Nice deep inhalation. And exhale. And then as you find your stillness, you can close your eyes if that feels good. And notice where you feel the breath the most. You may feel the breath at the tip of your nose. Some of you may feel it more in your chest. Some of you may feel it in your belly. Just notice where you're feeling your breath. There's no right or wrong answer to this. Just wherever you're feeling the breath more, take your awareness even more to that area. If you're feeling the breath in your nostrils, feel the coolness of the air entering the nostrils and the warmth of the air exhaling. If you feel the breath more in your chest, feel your chest expand, feel your lungs getting filled up with every breath, and then lungs empty with every exhale. And if you feel your breath more in your belly, see if you can make it into a 360 degrees. So can you feel the belly expand, but can you also feel the side bodies expand, and even your low back? You kind of feel as if you have this ball around your belly, and the breath is expanding in every direction. And then exhale and release, like the ball is deflating to the center, to the core of your being. And then gently raise your right arm overhead, reach the right arm out. As you reach over, can you just kind of extend the right fingertips away from your right hip? Lower the right arm down and then lift the left arm all the way up. So you don't have to fold towards the right, just kind of reach the left fingertips just away from the hip so you get an extension on that left side. And then lower the left arm down. Now take both arms straight up towards the sky and then overhead. As you do, can you reach the right arm up and then the left arm up? So side to side stretches, just gonna begin to reach the arms, the fingertips away from the waist, making the waist longer and longer each time you do it. And then exhale, release the arms down. Now if you have something underneath your knees, go ahead and put that to the side. And we're going to do the same exact thing with the legs. So arms are next to you, palms are open. Bring the legs together, flex the feet. So create one long leg. And then point the right toes and reach the right toes away from your hips. So make that right leg longer. And then place it down and do the same thing with the left leg. Reach the left toes way away. And then lower. And now both legs. Point the toes and reach them, extend the legs away from your body, as if you're trying to make your legs a little bit longer. Excuse me. Come back to the center, raise both arms overhead, and then lengthen both legs away from each other. So see if you can reach the left fingertips up and then reach the left toes, and side to side alternating. Reaching the left fingertips over as you reach the right toes. And again, one more time, right fingertips, left toes, left fingertips, right toes. Take a nice deep breath here. Now really extend in both directions, away from each other, both arms and both legs at the same time. Almost like someone's holding onto your wrist, another person holding onto your ankles, and you're just being stretched in all directions. As you exhale, bring the knees to your chest, your hands on top of your kneecaps. Take a nice deep breath in, Apanasana, send the knees away. Exhale, draw the knees to your chest. Inhale, take the knees away. Exhale, knees to your chest. Inhale, last time, send the knees away, straighten the elbows. Exhale, knee to your chest. And then drop the knees over to the left. Hold here for just a moment. Let the knees just kind of stack on top of one another. If that right shoulder wants to come up, that's okay. Let it come off the ground. Take your knees all the way back to the center. Drop your knees over to the right. And then same thing here. Let that left shoulder come up if it wants to come up. Don't push, don't force anything at this moment. Inhale, coming all the way back to the center. Drop your knees over to the left. And then this time, roll all the way to the left side of the body. Stack the hand. Inhale, reach the right arm all the way up towards the sky, and exhale, open the chest. Inhale, come all the way back to the center and stack the hands. 2 more times. Inhaling, reach up and back behind you. Stretch out the chest. Exhale, keep your gaze on your right fingertips. Inhaling, take that right arm all the way up and back behind you. Stretch it out. Exhale, right fingertips reach up and stack the hands. And last one, inhale, inhale, inhale. Open the chest as you roll the chest open. Keep your gaze on your right fingertips, and then coming all the way back up to the center. And then take that right arm all the way up, lift the knees up towards the sky. Rock a little bit side to side here. Inhale, and as you exhale, we're gonna try it on the other side. So roll your knees over to the right for just a moment, and then roll all the way to the right side of your body. Stack the hands. Inhale, reach the left arm all the way up and over. And as you open the chest, keep your gaze to your left fingertips. And then lift that left arm all the way back up. Stack the hands, inhaling, reach up. Keep your gaze on those beautiful fingertips. Exhaling all the way back and over. And inhale, reach all the way up. When you keep your gaze on the fingertips, it actually slows you down just a little bit. And exhale. And last one, inhaling, 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 keeping the gaze on the fingertips. Take it all the way over, and then coming all the way back up to the center, and lift the knees off the ground. Bring your knees to your chest. Draw the knees in, hug the knees in as much as you can. Rock a little bit side to side. Take a nice deep breath in here. And then as you're ready, we're gonna kind of rock and roll up to standing. So see if you can roll back and then come on up. Maybe pause for a moment. Roll back, come on up, pause for a moment. Roll back, come on up. If this bothers your spine, you can just roll over to one side, come into forward fold. But we're just gonna challenge our core a little bit, massage our spine. It's actually a really good massage for the spine. Last one. Inhale and exhale, and then come all the way up to standing. Drop your head down to forward fold. So placing your feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Let your hands just hang. Let your arms just hang out of the shoulders. You can grab opposite elbow and just kind of sway your back side to side. Now here, I'm going to really invite you to let the head hang. If you have trouble doing that, you can bring your hands to the back of your head
And just kind of let the weight of your hands drop the head down. So almost like you can feel as if your head is a pitcher and you're pouring water out of the pitcher. Just open everything out. Open the crown of the head. Let all that water gush out. Inhale, come halfway up, plant your hands down, step your left foot back behind you, bring the left knee down to the floor. Inhaling, lift the chest up. Exhale, go back into your half split Ardha Hanumanasana. Flex the right foot here, and then see if you can lift your torso up, straight up. So vertical torso. Flex that right foot. If you need support, you can always take your fingertips to the wall or to blocks next to you. Then lift the chest up here and really flex the foot. And as you do, can you now begin to rotate over to the right? And as you rotate over to the right, reach your arms out to the side. So turn the palms up. Let the shoulders relax away from your ears. Inhale. Now begin to swing your arms down so the left hand lands on the inside of that right leg as you reach the right arm up. This is a deep, deep stretch for your right hamstring. Keep that right foot flexed. Move the right hip back in space as the left hip moves up and forward. Notice how you can do that. You can guide that right hip back in space and then let that left hip move up and forward. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale. Lower the right hand down. Bend the right knee as deep as you can. Come back into your lunge. Lift the chest up. And then tuck your left toes under and step the left foot next to the left foot. Again, forward fold. Just let the head drop completely. You can sway your back side to side. You can grab opposite elbows. You can just let the arms hang. And then just let the top of your head drop down towards the floor. So feel that length in the back of your neck. Our head is so heavy. You want to just let the head just fall like a ripe fruit waiting to be picked. And then lift the chest halfway up. Step your right foot back behind you. Bring the right knee down to the floor. Come into your low lunge. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, take your hips all the way back to your right heel. As you do, you can tuck that right toe under and it gives you a little bit more balance. If you don't need to do that, you can just bring the top of your foot down on the floor. But really use the core, lift the chest up, shoulders are away from the ears, flex the left foot. Turn your torso over to the left, and then open your palms up towards the sky. So as you turn your torso to the left, that left hip automatically moves back. That's the intention here. Keep the chest lifted. Now see if you can bring that right hand on the inside of that left leg. You can have a slight bend to that left knee to protect the knee, and then reach the left arm up. Now can you consciously guide that left hip back as the right hip moves forward and up. Shoulders are soft, flex that left foot. Take a nice deep breath here, deep stretch for that hamstring. Exhale, and then lower the left hand down, bend the left knee. Now this time, just step your left foot back behind you, top of the push-up, and press back to downward facing dog. So here I'm gonna ask you to walk your feet halfway up your mat and really wide apart from each other. So maybe only your big toes are on your mat. And then press your hands down and you align your ears with your biceps. Line up your ears with your biceps. Your knees can be bent all you need to. And then take that right arm underneath the body, bring it to the outside of your left ankle. As you do, lift the chest halfway so both elbows become straight. And then exhale, bend that right elbow as you twist a little bit deeper under your body. So maybe this way, you can just let the head drop, but at the same time, look under your left armpit. So really more important is the head dropping. I don't care if you don't want to turn your head, but just let the head be heavy and drop it. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale, unwind. Place the right hand down on the floor. And then lift the chest halfway up. Take that left hand now to the outside edge of your right ankle. Straighten both elbows as you lift halfway up. Exhale, bend the left elbow only so the right elbow stays straight. And you turn under your right arm. Maybe you can take your gaze under your right armpit up towards the ceiling. And take a nice deep breath in. More important again is the head being heavy. So let the head completely heavy. And then coming all the way back to the center once again, place your left hand down on the floor. Walk your feet all the way to your hands. As you do, let your toes line up with the back of your wrist. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Again, this time, shake your head side to side, nod at yes and no. And then as you're ready, bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up to standing. Keep the chin to your chest for right now. Inhaling, reaching the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Inhaling, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, plant your hands down, step your left foot back behind you. Come into your low lunge, lift the chest up, let the hips drop. Exhale, lift the hips up into pyramid pose. Step your left foot up just enough so you can plant the outside edge of your left foot. Make sure that left foot is grounded on the floor. Inhale, lift the chest up, exhale, and fold over your right leg. Drop the head down. Walk your hands to the right side of your mat, plant your hands down. Your knees can be bent, that's okay, especially that front knee. You can bend that front knee as much as you like to. The back knee, I'm gonna ask for you to keep it straight and powerful, pressing through the outside edge of that left foot. Inhale, lift the chest up, exhale, fold forward, drop your shin toward the, drop your forehead towards your shin, towards the right shin. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale it out. If you're more flexible, maybe you can begin to straighten that right knee, but again, not important. That right knee can stay slightly flexed. Walk your hands back to the top of your mat, bend your right knee, and step your left foot next to the right foot or behind the left wrist. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold and step your right foot way back behind you. Come into your lunge. Drop the hips down, lift the chest up. Take a nice deep inhalation. Exhale, lift the hips up and step your right foot up just enough to plant the outside edge of your right foot. Inhaling halfway. Exhale and forward. Your left knee can be bent as much as you like to. Depending on your flexibility, you can see if you want to straighten it. Keep the right leg, the back leg, powerful, pressing through the outside edge of the right foot, lifting through the inner arch of that foot. Walk your hands over to the left side of your mat. Inhaling, lift. Exhale and fold. Deep, deep stretch for that hamstring. Feel the stretch all the way from your Achilles tendon through the back of your leg, through the hips, low back, mid back, upper back, maybe even to the base of your spine, occiput, the skull. Walk your hands back to the top of your mat, please. Bend the left knee, step your right foot up. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale and fold. Hands come to your hips and come all the way up to standing. Inhaling, reach up. Maybe even look up this time. Exhale, bend the knees and fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant your hands down. Step your right foot back, left foot back, come to top of the push-up plank pose. Inhale, hold here, and exhale, downward facing dog. Bend the knees as deep as you like to send the sits bones up towards the sky. Inhale, float the left leg up behind you. Exhale, draw the left knee to your chest and lightly step the left foot in between the hands.
Bend that left knee deep to come into low lunge. Exhale, lift the hips up and step that right foot up into pyramid pose. Inhaling, lifting the chest. Exhale and fold forward into pyramid. Inhale. Now listen up here. So bend that left knee a little bit deeper. Hands come to your hips and come all the way up to standing. So back foot is planted, left toes are pointing forward. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come to the heart center and begin to lean forward just a little bit. So you're only coming down halfway. Lengthen the spine, send the tailbone towards the back wall. Pick up that right heel off the ground, bend the left knee. As you lean forward, pick up the right toes, send them up towards the sky. You can come into toppling tree, or your hands can always come down to the floor into standing split. Wherever you are is exactly where you need to be. So don't force yourself to do anything that your body is not allowed. Lift the toes up, drop the head down, take a nice deep breath here. Everybody come into standing split, hands come onto the floor. Send your right toes to the back of your mat, so back into your lunge, and then step the left foot next to the right foot. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg goes up behind you. Reach the toes towards the ceiling. Exhale, right knee comes to your chest. Step the right foot in between the hands. Inhaling, low lunge. Lift the chest up. Exhale, pyramid pose. Step the left foot up. So plant the outside edge of the left foot. Inhaling, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Take a nice deep breath here. Bend the right knee. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Press through that right foot to come up to standing. Inhaling, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to the heart center. And then keeping the legs powerful and strong, hinge at the hip and lean forward. As you hinge at the hip, lift that left heel off the ground. Bend the right knee a little bit. Float the left leg behind you. And then toppling tree. Let the forehead come to or towards your right shin. If you like to and you want to challenge your balance, stay here with the hands at the heart center. If you want to, you can bring your hands back down to the floor into standing split. Both legs are really strong and powerful. Right knee can be bent. Take a nice deep breath here. Everybody bring your hands to the mat, standing split. Take a nice deep breath in. Now bend that right knee deep. Land your left toes to the back of your mat. Plant your hands down. Step your right foot back. Downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhalation. Exhale, bend the knees deep and walk, jump or float your feet to your hands. Again, once again, here's another opportunity to drop the head down. So shake the head side to side, sway your torso, and then bring your hands to your hips and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Come up to standing. Inhale, reach up. Urdhva Hastasana, look up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold, plant your hands down. Left foot back, right foot back, top of the push-up, and downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg goes up. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands. Inhale, into low lunge. Exhale, pyramid pose. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Inhale, strong, powerful legs, root to rise. Reach the arms up as you come up. Exhale, hands come to the heart center, Samasthiti. Bend your right knee, left heel comes up. Inhale, float to your warrior three. Exhale, toppling three. Fold forward towards your right leg. Hands come down. Inhale, lift the chest up. Now hold here for a moment. Take your right fingertips in front and to the side of the right little toe. Left hand comes to your hips. Roll the hip open into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. That lifted leg is really powerful. Press through an imaginary wall. Imagine there's a wall back there and you're pressing your leg straight into that wall.
Reach the left arm up if you like to. Take a nice deep breath in. Expand in all directions. Let the shoulders be soft. Bend that right knee as deep as you can. Lift the left leg up. And then land lightly on your left foot in the back of your mat. Come on up to warrior two. Beautiful. Bend the right knee a little bit deeper. Soften the shoulders. Turn the right palm up. Reach back behind you. Stretch it up. Circle your hands down onto the floor. And step your right foot back behind you. Downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg goes up. Exhale. Step the left foot in between the hands. Inhale into your lunge. Exhale, pyramid pose. Step the right foot up. Inhaling, halfway up. Exhale and fold. Root down to rise. Press your feet down all the way. Come up. Inhale. Exhale, hands come to the heart center. Bend the left knee, lean forward. Float the right leg back up behind you. Warrior three. Inhale. Exhale, toppling tree. Drop the head down. Inhale here. As you exhale, release the hands down onto the floor, standing split. Left hand about a foot in front and to the side of the left little toe. Right hand on your hip. Roll your hip open. Imagine a wall behind that right heel. Press that right hand onto an imaginary wall. Float the right arm up. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Strong legs. Expanding in all directions. Bend the left knee deep. Lift the right leg up. Bend the left knee. Lift the right leg up. And then gently and gracefully land on your back foot. Come on up and exhale, warrior two. You made it. Left palm up. Reach back behind you. Stretch it out. Exalted warrior. Circle your hands down onto the floor and step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. Drop the head down. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale. Gently begin to walk, jump, or float your feet to your hands. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale and fold. Hands on your hips come all the way up to standing. Take a big step out with your left foot. Turn the toes in, heels out. Hands come on your hips. Lift the chest up. Inhale. Exhale, fold into Pasarita Padottanasana. Bring the hands down on the floor. Inhale, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, fold forward, wide-legged forward fold. And then here, you can either hold on to the outside of your ankles. You can walk your hands in between your legs. You can pick up your heels and kind of slide your fingertips under your heels. That's one of my favorite things to do. Let the elbows go wide out to the side. Let the shoulders come down your back. So really protract your shoulders away from each other and send them all the way back down towards your spine, towards your tailbone. Inhale, straighten the elbows as you look halfway up. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the side, wide elbows, and then drop the head down. Lean your way towards your toes just a little bit as you lift through the inseam of both legs. Drop the head down. We're gonna stay here for about 2 minutes. This is really one of my favorite ways to do an inversion. So if and only if you have a headstand in your practice, feel free to go there. If you know how to do it and you feel very secure in doing it, please feel free. Otherwise, just stay here with me. Just stay here with me for another 1 minute. Let the head completely drop. Let the back of your neck get long. Again, check in, see that you can lean forward just a little bit. You feel the stretch in different parts of your legs. And again, return to your breath. Where are you feeling your breath more now? ready, release your hands. Bring your hands in front. Lift the chest halfway up. Heel toe your feet closer to each other. Bend the knees, and then you're just gonna have a seat. Nice and comfortable seat. Extend both legs out, please. Now bend that right knee, bring that right heel a little bit closer to your groin. Take your hands to your rib cage and turn your torso over to the right knee. Take your left arm on the inside of that left leg. Reach the right arm all the way up and over. So this is a great place to stay. Really think about rotating your torso up towards the sky, especially that lower rib cage. If and only if it feels good and you can, see if you can reach your fingertips towards your left toes, but not mandatory. The more important part is rotating your torso up towards the ceiling. Take a nice deep breath here. Keep that left leg really strong, press through the heel and the calf and the hamstring. And then inhale, come in halfway up. So lift the chest halfway. Now turn your torso towards your left leg and bring that right arm to reach towards the left toes or the left ankle or the shin. Inhaling, lift, and exhale, Janu Shirshasana, fold forward. So here, instead of bringing the forehead to your knee, think about sending your tailbone back. Doesn't really matter how far down you get. Think about lengthening the spine and really dropping the chin down. Inhale, lift the chest up, send that right leg out wide, and then bend the left knee, bring that left heel close to your groin, hands to the rib cage again, turn your torso toward the left. Take a nice deep breath here. Right arm on the inside of the right knee, reach the left arm up and over. Your hand can rest behind your head if that feels good. If and only if you have enough, there's enough flexibility in your torso on this side, you can see if you can reach the right toes. So really think about rotating the torso more. That's more important than reaching. This is a little bit tighter for me on this side, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna really focus on rotating my torso up. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale it out. Our bodies are always different day to day. Some days you may be able to do this, and other days you're like, oh my goodness, where did that toe go? I know there was a toe in here somewhere, but some days you just are not, it's not available to you. And really more importantly is to be at peace with that. Inhale, come halfway up. Turn your torso now towards the right leg, and then reach the left arm up and over. See if you can find your toes, your ankle, or your shin. Lift the chest halfway and exhale, Janu Shirshasana. Bringing your, think about the belly button coming towards your thigh rather than your forehead to the shin. Let the shoulders be soft. Drop the head down. Nice deep breaths in. Exhale. And then lifting the chest up. Now send both legs out to the side. We're going to do another forward fold here. Keep the legs really powerful now, pressing through the heels of both legs. Hands come behind you. So as the hands come behind you, maybe you can lift your hips up a little bit and then spread the legs a little bit wider and stay here. This might be enough for most of us. Press the heels down, press the calves down, hamstrings down, sits bones are down. If and only if you can keep the back straight. So the minute you round your back up. You can bring your hands in between, maybe begin to walk your fingertips a little bit farther away from the left side of your mat. And then wherever you are, lengthen the chest one more time and exhale, drop the forehead down one last time. Bring the chin to your chest. Take a nice deep breath in here, exhale it out. Inhale and exhale. And walk your hands all the way back.
Towards your groin with the help of your hands, bending both knees. Put the feet flat on the floor. Reach the arms forward and exhale. Come all the way down to the floor. So I'm going to give you a couple of different options here. You can either go into a bridge, which is really lovely. As you know, the bridge is bringing your heels to your buttocks, so your fingertips engage your heels, palms are up, lift the chest up. If you come into the bridge, see that the gaze is up towards the ceiling, you're not turning your head. You can hold the bridge for a count of 5 or 6 breaths, and then you lower down. If you don't want to do the bridge, but you have very healthy knees, you can fold the legs back. So initially you want to go into Vajrasana, so you're sitting in between the heels. Knees should be 100% okay though. You can practice sitting here. You can do the same thing sitting on a block or a blanket. If that feels good, you can maybe lean back a little bit and go on your elbows. And if that feels good and you feel like, oh, the knees are okay, you can lie down all the way. So those are your two options. Either hero's pose all the way down. If you're all the way down, you can grab opposite elbows. You can come halfway down so you're on your elbows, or just bridge pose. Whatever is best for you, let's go ahead and get into that pose. We'll stay in here for 1 full minute. If you're in bridge pose, press the bottoms of your feet down, lift the hips up, let the rib cage melt towards the floor as you lift the hips up. Let there be a small bridge under your neck as well, so you're not flattening your neck. You can gently press to the back of your skull. If you're in hero's pose, make sure that your knees feel completely fine with this. And you breathe. Wherever you are, just continue breathing. Let the breath flow. Both of these poses energetically in the yin practice help to open up the flow of the stomach meridian, which ends in our head and sometimes could be the cause of headache. So let those meridians flow with prana energy. It's almost like, if you can imagine, meridians are like rivers, nadis in our body. So if you can imagine a river that is blocked, stones or rock or whatever is blocking the flow of the river, it just backs up. So we want to allow the same concept in our bodies. We want all the nadis, all these meridians to be flowing openly. And then if you're in hero's pose, if you're in bridge pose, please lower the hips down, windshield wiper your knees side to side. If you're in hero's pose, gently begin to press yourself up to the elbows first, and then come all the way up on your hands. Lift the hips up, lean over to one side, and lay down just like everybody else. And you're gonna windshield with the knees side to side. And next time your knees are over to the left, pause there. Take your right fingertips above your head. If it feels good, you can bring the left ankle on top of your right thigh. Breathe deeply into your belly. And then gently bring it all the way back up. Putting your left foot flat on the floor, drop your knees over to the right. Lift the left arm overhead, and that right ankle can come on top of the left thigh. Nice deep breaths into the belly.
one more deep breath in. And then gently begin to pick up your knees, put your right foot flat on the floor. Bring your knees to your chest, rock a little bit side to side, just kind of massage your low back. Take a nice deep breath here, exhale it out. You can come into happy baby pose if that feels good. Maybe rock the baby side to side. Whatever feels good right now in this moment before we come into our final pose, Shavasana. And if you're ready, just go ahead and get into your Shavasana once again. If you have your rolled up blanket, please feel free to put it under your knees. Let the palms be open, let the shoulders support your shoulder blades to support your lungs underneath you. Let the back of your head rest comfortably on the floor. Close your eyes. And now notice how you don't have to control your breath. Your body is breathing itself. If any thoughts come to your mind, just notice them. There's no judgment. There's no right or wrong in this at all. This beautiful practice allows us to go inside to just learn about our habitual patterns. And then from that place of awareness to choose what it is that we want to, how it is that we want to live our lives. And that's how we become awakened human beings. We recognize our choices moment to moment. And maybe your choice at this moment is just to notice your next breath, and then the next breath, and then the next breath. If you have more time and you like to stay here, please feel free to do that. If you're ready to continue on with the rest of your day, gently begin to draw one knee to your chest and then the other knee to your chest. Notice which nostril you can breathe out of a little bit easier. Roll over to that side and pause for a moment. And then with the strength in your top arm, press yourself to a comfortable seat. As you bring your hands to the heart center, bow down to yourself. This beautiful awakened self, giving yourself love, compassion, kindness, and really truly down deep inside knowing that there's absolutely nothing you need to do to change. You are love. You're truly love, essentially. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Namaste.